Hi guys, welcome back to Podcast. So for today's video, I will be reviewing this model. So what I got here right now is a Tarmac Works Porsche 911 GT3, the Type 996. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, this one is the second release, the second color for this model, because the first release was this silver version, which I already reviewed in this channel. If you want to watch the video, you could go ahead and watch the other video for this model. But for now, I will talk about the new release from Tarmac Works, the Porsche 996 GT3 in red color. And you might notice some differences between the first and the latest releases. We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's talk about the packaging first. So the packaging itself is pretty much the same as the other Global 64 releases from Tarmac Works, because this one is the cheapest lineup from Tarmac Works. It has this paper box style packaging like Mini GT, like Pope Race. And then for the artwork itself, I think this one is pretty interesting for Tarmac Works because they put the artwork at the front right here, but it's not fully shown at the front until you kind of like open the packaging, and then you can reveal the full artwork for the model, and that is pretty interesting for me. Yeah, and then for the side, again, this one is the other part of the artwork, and then this one is the logo, and on the back we got another logo with the IXO models as the collaboration partner for this model, and then also the social media. And on the bottom you could see the barcode and the model name. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it about the packaging. And now let's take out the model of the packaging, and we are going to see a much closer look for the details of this model. So right, this is what the model looks like outside of the packaging, and we'll start from the front. So you will see a standard plastic headlights right here, which is pretty detailed, including the orange details on the inner housing of the headlights. And then obviously we got the Porsche Crash logo right here on the front hood, because this one is a licensed model from Porsche. And then we got the plate right here written in POR Porsche GT3, which is kind of clever. And then we are going to move on to the sides. So now this is the differences that I'm going to mention about the recent releases, the latest releases from Tarmac Works on this Porsche 996 GT3. Let me take out the first color, the silver one, to show you the difference. And let me zoom out a bit. So you will see two models right here, and then you'll notice that there are quite similar, but there are a few differences aside from the number plate, obviously. So if you look at the side of this model, the red one is kind of like have a slightly modified track look on the model. As you can see, we got the aftermarket wheels, the gold BBS type of wheels. The BBS look like wheels, whereas the silver one has the OEM or the standard wheels. This one has the aftermarket wheels, which is pretty cool. And also, if you notice at the back, the silver one has the standard spoiler, whereas the red one has the GT wing, the kind of like cup car style wing with the Porsche tempo on the wing. So yeah, that is pretty much the main differences between the two models. And then what else? Oh, I think I noticed something right here. Yeah, okay, so that is pretty interesting. So because of the red model right here is kind of like modified to look like a track car with the aftermarket wheels and the GT wing, it also have the roll cage right there inside if you can look at closely, there is the roll cage right there, where that's the roll cage. If you look closely, you'll see the roll cage right there. There is the roll cage. And so yeah, there is a difference between the initial release, the silver one, and the red one. Right, we're moving on to the wheels. So the wheels itself is an aftermarket wheels made to look like a BBS LM style wheels. And to be honest, for a factory wheels, it looks okay, but it doesn't kind of like represent what the LM style wheels look like. Just like on the artwork, like you can see it's totally different. The actual product has slight thickness on the spoke, but yeah, it is understandable because they have this ABS mold plastic instead of the resin wheels, where you can get a much more finer details. But yeah, this one is a great wheels from the factory, but I would personally just wheel swap these wheels with the resin aftermarket wheels after I review the video. So yeah, moving on to the back, we could see the taillights right here, which obviously a plastic parts just like the front one, and then the GT3 logo right here at the center, and then the number plate as well as the two exhaust pipes right here, and then the GT wing. Yeah, it's pretty okay detailed. It's pretty detailed with the Porsche Tampo on the top of it. And then yeah, the interior is just mainly just a plain black plastic, which I don't have anything to show. And on the bottom, yeah, you could see there are two screws that hold this bottle. And then the wheels rolls pretty well too, because it doesn't have disc brakes, so nothing against the axle and the wheels. Then obviously you could see the EXO and Tarmac Works logo with the model name again, made in China. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. So this is the Tarmac Works Porsche 911 GT3, the Type 996 in red color, and this one is the modified version of the silver one, the factory car. And if you want to buy it, go buy it, because I think this model is pretty cool and I love 996, so I'm gonna keep this model alongside with the silver one, but I will obviously change the wheels to a much better model. So yeah, that's about it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.